Morning, my friends. Let's do a fun Carl Jung video. These are the best. And how do I even open a video like this? Because to say the just straight up truth that I'm sure this is what the video is going to be. It's going to be why everyone hates me. So, like, how do you open a video like this? Well, Carl Jung's about to explain why the mystery school teacher is the mystery school. He's going to explain how when I walk in a room, oh, it's already here. It already says it right here. it's, I guess it's going to open with how when I walk in a room, it makes everyone feel uncomfortable. And it probably won't explain how it took me half of my life to figure out why everyone fucking hates me. But let's have some fun with it. And thank you guys very, very, very much for your donations while the stock market's dipping. It's the time to buy while everyone's fearful and running for the exits. And we use teachings like how we have no control over anything at all and we're prepared for it all. And then I say, thank you very much for your donations. Really, really appreciated. So let's do it.
There's a room and others feel their stomach tighten, their breath shorten, or their voice tremble for no apparent reason. Something ancient is being stirred. This uneasiness.
They all live in a fictional world where, it's a fictional world. Duality's real because it's governing everything, your brain, everything. But everyone's having a conversation in duality and no one's allowed to know themselves. No one's allowed to say anything about anything ever. And if anybody ever did, it would crush their mask. It would crush their illusion.
Not about you as a personality. It is about what your presence evokes from the collective unconscious. You are not merely a person they perceive in you, an archetype that their psyche cannot easily contain. The unease they feel is the trembling of their own shadow. Human beings live in layers of consciousness. Most move only within the surface layer.
Yep, the surface layer. They're not allowed to know themselves. They're not allowed to know anything. They say nothing's ever existed and no one could ever know what anything is. And their greatest fear is something existing.
Consciousness. Most move only within the surface layer, the polite, social, conditioned self that knows how to smile, nod, and fit in. But beneath this thin film lies a vast ocean of instincts, fears, memories, and suppressed desires. The one who has begun to awaken to their deeper self.
Oh, I'm enjoying this AI video. This shit's looking fucking cool.
Visit our new store at Aaron.
Who has touched the subterranean currents of their...
This video is like a Pink Floyd album cover come to life.
Who has touched the subterranean currents of their psyche.
And actually, it's like literally a Pink Floyd album because the symbolism is identical. It's the shadow. It's the mask. It's the same exact thing.
Touched the subterranean currents of their psyche carries an energy that unsettles those still asleep. Your very awareness becomes a mirror that exposes what they have denied. They cannot name it. They might say, you have intense eyes, or there's something about your energy.
No, you know what they do? From somebody that's really experienced it their entire life, they tell you to leave and never come back, while everybody else does unforgivable things. You can't even believe what monsters people actually are. You can't believe what they say. and then they just laugh it off and brush it off. And then you, which is me, who did nothing wrong, innocent. I mean, really, the story of innocence. Well, I mean, we go into the killing of Jesus Christ, the extended story, and it's all about you murdered an innocent man. Jesus Christ was innocent, but the whole entire world would find Jesus Christ guilty.
Or there's something about your energy, or even withdrawal without knowing why. But what truly occurs is a meeting.
I've seen the worst of the worst, just the worst people, the worst drunk people doing unforgivable shit. Shit you really say, that's unforgivable right there. We don't know if we can forgive that. And it's all of them. Then they act like none of that ever happens. Then they tell you to leave and never come back. And you can't figure out what you did, but they're all in agreement that you need to leave and never come back.
Knowing why. But what truly occurs is a meeting between two inner worlds. One illuminated by consciousness, the other still ruled by darkness. When light meets darkness, the first reaction is not admiration, it is resistance. Think of the dream where you walk through a house and open a door to a room you never knew existed.
And now it's talking about you, from my perspective, you coming to the mystery school and being more brave than anybody.
You find strange objects, forgotten photographs, maybe even something grotesque. The dream is not about architecture, it is about psyche. The hidden room...
Isn't it amazing that a video like this is specifically for me? It's specifically for somebody that's neurodivergent, like me, that doesn't wear a mask and doesn't have an ego like everyone else. And I end up being the teacher for you, but there's nobody that could understand this video unless you're neurodivergent like me, unless you don't wear the mask. It makes you a default teacher. I'm a default teacher for you because I'm not capable of the mask. I'm not capable of the shadow closet. I present them to you. I show them to who could ever understand this video but me. There's no one that could watch this video and go, I relate to that. I mean, you would through the narcissistic abuse that we've all suffered through life. But these videos are super interesting.
Of the unconscious. Now imagine that you...
these videos are super interesting because it's explaining the questions I've had my entire life.
Are that unopened door for others. The moment they sense you, they feel the key turning in their own hidden locks.
And you've become like this just naturally. Hopefully you haven't been trying to do it. This isn't something that you want to try to do.
That unopened door for others.
No, I do it effortlessly. I'm non-confrontational. I think that I'm speaking normal. I think that I'm being friendly. I don't think that I'm destroying kingdoms, but I am. Like how I told you guys. When I was young, I assume everyone's smarter than me. I assume everyone's better than me. And when I was young, I would tell stories of me overcoming these things, these like shadow closet things, going, isn't it weird that we do this the same way that I make a mystery school video? And I assume that everyone's overcome all of these things. And I'm thinking that I'm having a normal conversation Well, geez, I guess not, because the things I talk about are real fucking deep. But I just think that I'm going, oh, look at this thing that I do. In my confession, I confess. I go, oh, look at this stupid thing that I do. Oh my God, I'm such a horrible piece of shit. And I say it like that. I used to say it like that when I was 13 years old. I would go, man, I thought I was such a good person, but I meditated on this thing. I thought about it. I contemplated on it. And I figured out I'm actually the opposite of who I think I am. And I'm doing the opposite of what and isn't it weird? Isn't it weird that I go around with, I'm all smiley, thinking I'm a great person, but I actually do these fucked up ass things where it's actually the opposite. And I think I'm doing the opposite. And then I discovered that I'm doing that. So now I stopped because it's awareness for all these like shadow closet things. You think that you're doing the opposite. So when you find out that you're doing the opposite, you just correct it. You go, oh, I thought that I was doing the other thing. So then I'll stop doing this thing and I'll do the other thing instead. And you go, oopsie, oopsie, I thought I was different. I thought I was something else. And you're doing your confession. And that is the greatest weapon. I thought that I was being the greatest, like, confession, like not trying to be a friend in that kind of stuff. I thought that's how human beings have conversation, is you confess the things that you discover about yourself that you think is the opposite. And you go, oh man, I thought I was such a great person, but I'm a fucking moron and I'm really fucked up and I do these fucked up things and then I go around with a smile. And I thought everyone overcame all that stuff to find out that no one has. And that's what made me the mystery school teacher, is I didn't realize that I'm a mirror for everyone else. I just think that I'm talking. I'm just being me. These are the things I talk about. These are the things I find interesting. And boy, will you destroy kingdoms. You'll destroy the whole fucking world like that.
The moment they sense you, they feel the key turning in their own hidden locks. The air thickens.
I wonder if that's how you guys feel when you watch a mystery school video and like somebody that's been watching for a long time, all of that is dissipated. But I bet when you first decided to take the challenge, I fucked with your ego and you came back for more because you're up for the challenge. You're ready. You're a student that's ready for the teacher. But I bet if it's not still like this, like when you would go to watch a mystery school video, it would kind of be eerie. Eerie in a way of where you're like, how does this dude know everything about me? How is he able to climb inside my shadow closet and tell me the hidden things that I hid from myself? How is he able? It's so eerie how he understands my life and me.
Open door for others. The moment they sense you, they feel the key turning in their own hidden locks. The air thickens. The unconscious begins to move and their body responds with unease. What they feel is the ancient fear of transformation. Every genuine encounter with a person who has met their own darkness threatens to awaken the darkness in others. It is not your words, your look, or your gestures. It is the vibration of integration that the unintegrated cannot yet bear.
Yup. And I could only imagine how I was coming with maximum firepower when I was a kid. Going up, talking to people with a big old smile and telling them all this shit, my personal confession. I'm the one telling my personal confession. And I didn't realize when I was a kid, I'm just happy. I'm just smiling. I'm thinking this is how human beings conversate. And boy, was I ever coming with maximum firepower. Just maximum firepower.
Your look.
Like in some sense, it makes me feel like the scripture of Jesus Christ saying, "You'll do greater things than I." Well, I seem to be the version of the destroyer. So, and that's what comes next. So it's perfectly in line with the scriptures and all that. If Jesus Christ was going to say, "Well, you'll do greater things," you mean I'll go around as a child, just just trampling on every single person that I come across with a big old smile, thinking I'm being friendly, because I am, because I'm being the best friend anybody could ever fucking be. The confessions, which are now have turned into mystery school videos, I mean, that's the best friend you could ever be, is tell somebody a confession of what you've discovered about yourself. Because it's taken me more than half my life to figure out no one's overcome this shit. So for you to confess what you've discovered is to help somebody else see what they don't know about themselves. Maximum firepower. I didn't know I was so mighty when I was a kid. I thought I was just having normal conversation, and then people just hated me.
Darkness in others. It is not your words, your look, or your gestures. It is the vibration of integration that the unintegrated cannot yet bear. For most of humanity, the shadow has been exiled for so long that its return feels like death.
These are such powerful words. And, this is an interesting video because you have learned from me. So this video is about you now. It wasn't before. But now this video is solely for me. This is a very hard video to make because it's not like I can include everybody along, but thankfully, you're also it now because you've learned from me.
Graded cannot yet bear. For most of humanity, the shadow has been exiled for so long that its return feels like death. Yet you...
I want to play the video here, but I just want to say you're in the secret club now. This is the secret club, guys. This was always the secret club. It's the secret club of the original Gnostics with Jesus Christ. And they were hunted for doing this. This is the secret of all, like, what secret societies would be. This is the secret of all secrets right here.
For most of humanity, the shadow has been exiled for so long that its return feels like death. Yet you, perhaps without knowing it, carry death's fragrance, not the death of the body, but the death of falsehood. The mystics and prophets of old carried this same disturbing power.
Oh, it's a power. Oh, it's a power that you will think is a curse.
People love...
Why can't I just conversate with the retards? Why can't I just... Because they have nothing to say. Getting along with the retards would be like the death of my fucking soul.
Old carried this same disturbing power. People love to listen to them from afar.
You know what? This is like one of the world's greatest mysteries, what's being said in the Carl Jung video. But how to actually perform it, like what it looks like in real life, it's meditating, it's contemplating, it's figuring out you're the opposite of who you believe you are, and then sharing that with somebody else. That's what it is.
Falsehood. The mystics and prophets of old carried this same disturbing power. People love to listen to them from afar, but rarely dare to stand too close. The closer they came, the more naked they felt. Awareness, like fire, burns illusion first.
Yeah.
When you have
Yeah. We're burning up. We're sloughing off that old snake skin. We're burning. It gets thrown in the fire. Our belief system didn't serve us. Our belief system was our opinion system that was actually hindering us. And we were told since we were young, go collect things to believe in. That's what we do as human beings. Hey, get with the party. We collect nonsense things to believe in, and then we filter it sounds real stupid. A belief system where you arbitrarily collect things, collect them all. Collect all the things to believe in for no reason at all that are all fake. Collect them all and then filter everything through it with confirmation bias. How about you've been normalized to that? The most different thing you've ever heard was there might be something wrong with even having a belief system at all. That's the most different, because all you've ever heard your whole life is, well, what belief did you collect? Did you collect a new one? Collect them all. You need to collect more and get more. And you know what will be devastating is you built who you believe you are on just randomly collecting things to believe in that are all phony, that are all fantasy. And those are your preciouses. And for you to give those up, your false beliefs that are hindering you, you feel like your identity would be challenged. You feel like definitely you're feeling like your intelligence is being challenged.
gone through your own inner fire, when you have wrestled your demons and touched the serpent coiled within you, emanate a heat that others mistake for danger. They do not realize it is purification. In psychological terms, this is the phenomenon of projection. The other person encounters you and unconsciously projects onto you the contents of their own shadow. If they have repressed anger, they feel threatened by you and call you aggressive. If they hide envy, they see you as arrogant. If they deny their sensuality, they accuse you of temptation. You become a canvas for their inner conflicts. Your very being exposes a split within them. The body registers it as unease, because the soul knows something is being mirrored. It is essential to understand this is not your fault.
Boy, I'm just thinking of when I was young and I was ignorant to all of this as I did it, as it's been my whole life. And now I'm the mystery school teacher, and I'm not ignorant to it anymore. I'm not ignorant to what I do. I'm not ignorant to the power of it.
Nor your burden. It is an inevitable reaction when consciousness enters unconscious territory. The serpent does not apologize for shedding its skin, nor should you apologize for your light, but awareness of this dynamic allows compassion. You realize that people are not reacting to you, they are reacting to the echo of themselves that your presence awakens. The moment they step into your presence, the collective mask trembles. They feel a vibration older than language, the tremor of the soul, remembering its own forgotten depths. You may notice their eyes flicker, their tone shift, their laughter become nervous. Some will seek to dominate you, others to please you, some to flee. Each reaction is an archetypal defense mechanism against the encounter with the self. When you have tasted the self, when the opposites within you, light and dark, sacred and profane.
The wait is
Yep.
over.
And
Everything's on sale.
and you know what's amazing about this is
Begin
it requires me to explain it to you. Without me explaining this to you, these are a bunch of vague things, the light and the dark, and this has taken years of mystery school videos. Like, each one of these little things is something that you go real deep into. None of this is like surface type stuff.
and dark, sacred
Like without me doing commentary over this, imagine watching the video without me explaining it.
and profane begin to reconcile.
You would think that you would understand it, but you don't. Not without my personal life experience explanations. And you have now become it since you've come to the mystery school. The moment that you learned from the mystery school and then you went to share it with somebody, you now experienced it.
Sacred and profane begin to reconcile. You emit a field of psychological gravity. It is not charisma in the worldly sense. It is psychic coherence. People can sense coherence even when they cannot define it. It disturbs them because it reminds them of their own fragmentation. Your stillness, your non-reactivity becomes unbearable to those who survive by reaction. You may wonder, why must it be so lonely to be whole? Because wholeness in a fragmented world is revolutionary. It exposes the game. Imagine you are in a masquerade hall where everyone wears masks.
Perfect explanation. The explanation of the masquerade ball. Look at the symbolism for this video. It's so amazing. Yeah, there was a reason for the masquerade ball because everyone in it is wearing masks. It's what the world really is. Everyone going around wearing masks, hiding their true self, but they don't know their true self. They believe themselves to be the mask in the masquerade ball. Remember our great video, 3 Libras? 3 Libras really brings the masquerade ball to all of it.
Masquerade hall where everyone wears masks. You walk in without one. The others do not rejoice. They panic. Your face becomes a threat to the entire play. For it reveals that there was never a rule.
Look, they're all doing a play, believing that it's life. Then, if Jesus Christ ever came around, well, they would all join forces. They were pretending that they had conflict and I like this person and I don't like this person. And they have a whole set of likes and dislikes and a fake belief system. But the moment that Jesus Christ shows up, all of that goes out the window and they all decide that they have a common enemy.
Acquiring masks in the first place. That is why people
Tell me about the masquerade ball and the masks.
To the entire play. For it reveals that there was never a rule requiring masks in the first place. That is why people feel uneasy. Not because of who you are, but because your authenticity threatens their adaptation, yet understand their discomfort.
No, you know what your authenticity does? It makes them violent. Like, how can I ever explain it? Your authenticity makes them red hot. Your authenticity makes them go, you're a big baby that needs to grow up and I'm a serious person. They try to act like these serious people, and everything that you do is baby games.
Because of who you are, but
They'll
because
they'll try to reduce you in any way possible, going, everyone's equally guilty, and you thought that you were better than everyone. And it's, no, I'm just being my authentic self. And just like how the video just said, it's not required that you wear a mask. And they all believe that it's required to wear the mask, and they see it as a big offense if you're not wearing the mask, and they don't know what that is. And they've wanted to be like that their entire lives, but they don't know any of this stuff. They don't even know what they've been striving for their entire lives. And when they see you do it, that's the ultimate of jealousy. When an enslaved person that believes they're free sees a free man, ooh, boy, do they hate that. They believed that they were free until they saw what freedom looks like. Then they realized that they really live in prison.
uneasy, not because of who you are, but because your authenticity threatens their adaptation, yet understand.
Your authenticity undermines their sense of self. And to go along with it, these are big things. It undermines what they think is intelligence, and undermining somebody's intelligence just with being you. These are not things that you do, like these cold calculated moves. You don't go out thinking, I'm gonna go teach somebody. I'm gonna go purposely. I did in my whole life. I'm never purposely teaching anybody. I'm never setting out that I'm going to do this teaching, and then you're going to walk down the road of my teaching, and I'm going to look so benevolent. No, I literally am sharing my life thinking that everyone else has overcome it, and to find out that nobody has.
Easy, not because of who you are, but because your authenticity threatens their adaptation, yet understand.
Like, I mean, I bet you guys are sick of hearing it, but I think, isn't just the funniest one is when I would make a video on postmodernism, and one of these people would stumble in our mystery school, and just them hearing me say the word postmodernism with an explanation makes them flip the fuck out. Hearing me talk about duality, and they feel like they're already supposed to know all of this, and they know it over me, and if anything was ever real, somebody would have told them already.
Not because of who you are, but because your authenticity threatens their adaptation, yet understand. Their discomfort is also an invitation. The unease they feel is the soul's first stirring toward integration. It is pain, yes, but also possibility.
Yeah, this is walking through the fire. It was a real thing. Your identity will be crumbled. Your belief system will be crumbled. Your intelligence will be questioned.
When they leave your presence, something lingers. Perhaps at night, they dream of...
That's when you first meet me. You can't figure out if you fucking hate me. I undermined your identity. And I didn't even know that I did it. I thought I was just having normal conversation, and you're going, that guy, he's got such a big ego. He thinks he's so much fucking better than everybody. I'm gonna fucking get him. And then you turn into a student of the mystery school.
Something lingers. Perhaps at night, they dream of confronting a stranger, or of being chased through dark corridors, or of standing naked in public. That dream is not random. It is their psyche continuing the conversation your energy began.
I could only imagine the inner turmoil that it is to meet me. And you don't just meet me and then walk away going on your merry fucking way. The shit haunts you. The shit fucking, how else do I say it? How else do I bring you the fullness? You don't just have a conversation with me and walk away. It's life changing. It's earth fucking shattering. Your kingdom has been crumbled and you've never seen anything like it. It comes like a thief in the night. I don't even know how I do it. And you can't figure out if, fuck, I hate this guy. I'm going to make him fucking pay. I'm going to fucking show him. Or I'm the greatest friend you've ever fucking had. And you can't figure out, ooh, I fucking hate this guy, but there's something going on here that's different.
Naked in public, that dream is not random. It is their psyche continuing the conversation.
I can tell stories of how it was every single person that's ever come to the mystery school. I mean, plenty of people have never left comments that watch my videos. Watched them for years. Don't even comment or anything. Oh, you've done all this. I could tell the story of everyone who's like vocal at the mystery school. I could tell your personal journey of how when you very first came to the mystery school,
energy began. You are, in a sense, a walking dream symbol, a living archetype, acting out its role in the collective story of awakening, the path of individuation, the journey toward the self, is not a path of comfort. It is a pilgrimage through mirrors. When you embody that path, you become one of those mirrors.
And that's who you've become, one of the mirrors now. Now you're like me.
When you embody that path, you become one of those mirrors for others. And mirrors are rarely loved. They are necessary. The unease you evoke.
Yeah. Once you do it naturally, you'll realize that you don't go to try to teach anybody anything. You don't try to set anybody straight. You don't try to just go out of your way. You don't think that you're ever teaching anybody. It just happens naturally.
It's the first step in their initiation. For transformation always begins with dissonance. Think of fire again. Before metal becomes a sword, it resists the flame. The heat that frightens the metal is the same force that will shape its destiny. Likewise,
I don't have time to go around and film B-roll all day, make my own music, and take photos of food. I just use Storyblog.
when someone feels uneasy around you, they are standing at the threshold of their own alchemy. Your presence is the furnace. Their ego is the metal. Their shadow, the ore.
See, you'll learn. You'll learn not to share mystery school things. You'll learn. Just talk about the weather with them. Don't wake sleeping babies.
Of their own alchemy. Your presence is the furnace. Their ego is the metal. Their shadow, the ore. Something in them senses this and trembles. But you, too, must be vigilant. The moment others project their shadows onto you, the temptation arises to identify with the projection. You may begin to see yourself through their fear, to believe you are intimidating, cursed, or isolated.
Yeah, that's been me my entire life. And I'm just gonna say again, there's no way that anybody could comprehend this video unless you're the mystery school teacher, unless you're literally the neural divergence. Like this is an impossible video for a normie.
This is another test of consciousness.
But you were initiated the moment you took the challenge and you learned about yourself and then you went to go share it with somebody else to have all of this happen to you. That's the moment that you became like me.
To remain the mirror without becoming the image, the enlightened person is one who can stand amidst others' projections and not lose their reflection of truth. Do not dim your light to soothe their darkness. Instead, hold the tension. True compassion is not soft. It is fierce presence. To remain yourself, fully and calmly, while others' shadows dance around you, is the highest service you can render. You become a silent exorcist, not by rituals, but by being in dreams. When the dreamer finally turns toward the pursuing monster, the nightmare dissolves. The monster was the dreamer's own unlived power, so it is in life. You are that turning point for others. When they step into your presence, something in them...
Look at how the symbolism is paths, stargates, doors, mirrors.
begins to turn, however slightly, toward the darkness. They once fled. They feel uneasy because they are on the verge of meeting themselves. And perhaps you have felt the same toward others before, toward those who carried a greater light than yours at the time. Remember how you once resisted, judged, or withdrew from someone simply because their freedom confronted your chains.
That's the thing, is they all believe they're free people, but when they see a free person, that's when they realize that they're really in chains. And that's what makes them have the nervous breakdown.
Once resisted, judged, or withdrew from someone simply because their freedom confronted your chains, the same drama repeats endlessly in the human theater. We are each both the awakener and the awakened, the mirror and the mirrored. So when people feel uneasy, the moment they meet you, do not take pride nor offense. See it as a sacred phenomenon, a psychological earthquake signaling the birth of greater consciousness. Something in them has recognized something in you that words cannot define. It is the recognition of the self meeting itself across two vessels. The more you integrate, the less you will need to explain. Your silence will speak. Your eyes will convey the calm of one who has seen both heaven and hell and found them within. People will feel it. Some will flee. Others will stay. Those who stay are ready for truth. Those who flee are preparing for it.
And that's you, who was brave enough to take the challenge.
Others will stay. Those who stay are ready.
Oh, I came and told basic stories about myself. I came and confessed all the things about myself. And then you saw that and took the challenge to realize, wait a minute, those are also the things that I haven't overcome.
Truth. Those who flee are preparing for it. Both are necessary. The path of individuation is not about making people comfortable. It is about awakening humanity from comfort's illusion. Your aura, heavy, with symbols.
Here are the top 5 reasons you should consider adding a tumbler rolling sharpener to your kitchen tools. Unlike other sharpeners that take
dreams and unspoken knowing disrupts their collective trance, and though they may not thank you, the soul within them does, for it recognizes in you the possibility of wholeness, the memory of the garden before the fall.
The memory of the garden, that's where you remember your union with God, how we used to live in a perfect world. That's the memory. That's the goal.
As for
You
it
remember you. Who is the real you before the fall?
recognizes in you the possibility of wholeness, the memory of the garden before the fall. There exists a peculiar current between souls, invisible yet undeniable, an energy that flows not through words but through being. You have felt it, a subtle trembling in the atmosphere when someone enters the room, a field that rearranges itself without consent. To the ordinary mind, this is nothing but intuition, chemistry, or mood. But in truth, it is a psychic transaction, an ancient language, older than the spoken tongue. When you begin to awaken, this field intensifies, and others feel it before they understand it. The psyche recognizes energy before it recognizes form. That is why a dog senses fear, why a child feels danger without proof, why an empath feels sorrow that is not their own. When a person approaches you and their body stiffens, they are encountering not your physical shape, but your psychic signature. It speaks of the inner work you have done, of the dark corridors you have walked through, of the unconscious that you have dared to know. Jung once said that the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. The transformation is not always gentle. When the soul that has never faced its...
it's not going to be gentle. It'll be symbolized through the Faith No More video of the fish flopping out of water at the end.
Is not always gentle. When the soul that has never faced itself meets one that has, the pressure of the unacknowledged rises from within. The eyes may smile, but the unconscious begins to stir like an animal waking from centuries of sleep. You may think that people's unease is rejection.
You start waking up and you go, who's lived my life my whole life? I thought that I lived my life, but I lived an unconscious life. And now I'm 40 years old, I'm 30 years old, I'm 45 years old, I'm 49 years old, I'm 50 years old, I'm 60 years old, and I'm just waking up to myself. And I feel like, what happened to my life? Who lived it? I'm just starting to live my life today. I'm just waking up to myself. Where have I been my whole life?
Centuries of sleep. You may think that people's unease is rejection, but it is more sacred than that. It is the trembling before initiation. You remind them that they, too, are deeper than their persona. The shadow, long buried, begins to whisper in their ear, "See me."
Boo.
Acknowledge me.
Boo. Of course I'm trying to refill my coffee and then a commercial comes up. Boo.
Do not forget what you are hiding, and because this voice has been suppressed, your mere presence amplifies it until it cannot be ignored. This is why mystics were feared, why truth tellers were driven to the wilderness. The awakened psyche disturbs the collective dream. You, by being awake, become a disturbance. The more integrated you are, the more you radiate the frequency of wholeness, and wholeness disorients those still fragmented. They feel uneasy because the unconscious seeks equilibrium and in your presence. Their psychic imbalance becomes visible in dreams. Such moments are symbolized by floods, earthquakes, or sudden winds, forces that shake the stability of the known world. Those who dream of water rising are those whose unconscious is demanding recognition. When someone feels uneasy around you, they are, in a sense, dreaming while awake. Their unconscious floods into their awareness uninvited, because your energy acts as the storm that opens their inner gates. Energy transference is inevitable among human beings, but rarely understood. Every interaction is a merging of fields, a temporary overlap of souls. When one of those souls has been purified through self-confrontation, the other feels the contrast as if a mirror was suddenly held up to their own distortions. This is not negative energy, it is a sacred imbalance demanding reconciliation. You must learn to stand firm in this awareness, otherwise you will begin to shrink, to dim, to contort yourself into something more acceptable. But do you see, acceptance gained by lowering your vibration is a betrayal of your purpose. The unease you awaken in others is not a failure of social grace. It is proof that your presence is alive. People will sense in you.
Being alive in a world of dead people, and they're jealous of your life.
It is proof that
it's like you're riding a bike. You're freely riding a bike, and you're asking everybody to ride bikes with you, and they say, no one's ever rode a bike before. We only read instruction manuals on riding bikes. And you go, no, just hop on the bike and ride around with me. And they go, no, we only have definitions for riding a bike, and we explain it, but we never, ever, ever, ever ride the bike ourselves. We have these inflated discussions about how no one could ever know what a bike is, and no one could ever ride it. And we have instruction manuals on how to ride a bike, but no one would ever dare even saying a bike is a real thing, while I freely ride around on my bike asking everybody to ride with me.
Is alive. People will sense in you what they most repress in themselves. If they fear their anger, they will call you intense. If they fear their sexuality, they will call you dangerous. If they fear their freedom, they will call you rebellious. What they feel as discomfort is in truth their own reflection, distorted by the waves of projection. You are the lake in which their unexamined face appears, and they would rather break the surface than see it clearly. Do not confuse projection with perception. To perceive is to see through. To project is to throw outward. When people feel uneasy, they are not perceiving you. They are projecting themselves. Yet, paradoxically, this projection is the first step toward perception. The soul begins its awakening.
And let's end it right here where it says the soul begins its awakening. I need to go get me cigars, and this video is long enough for everybody to digest it. And I think we'll be finishing this video. We'll definitely pick this one up where we left off. And yeah, there's no chance in anybody understanding any of this without me explaining it. I mean, I would love to see somebody, I would love to see a normie watch this and try and explain to me what you fucking watched. So along with that, I'm going to say Thank you all for your donations, especially while the stock market is dipping. Much love to everyone, and I hope you have the greatest day. I'm plan on returning to this video today or in the morning. I want to give you enough time to think about this one, to digest it. Much love.